Let me show it real quick on camera. Really cool. Welcome back to my channel. My name is VassaOlga, and today I'm going to be finally showing and sharing my favorite technique to create something underneath my eyes, to use concealer, and not only concealer but some other products, so you can actually prevent creasing. I'm not saying that you're not going to crease at all. Actually, I do say that you can spot some creasing lines, which is obvious. You cannot hide creasing lines, but you're not going to get too much creasing in this area if you follow this technique. You have to be really careful. You have to follow step by step this routine. So if you're interested how I got this beautiful under eye area no creasing routine, then please stay tuned and let's get started. I've been testing this routine for such a long period of time because I wanted to make sure that it's really good. I can't tell that it's going to be like absolute perfect for you, but as for me, this is probably like the best hack, the best technique. I picked from different hacks from different techniques, and it turned out to be super good for me. I am going to be using a few products. You can actually substitute these products a little bit with different ones. At first, I'm going to be using Hello Good Stuff Depuff Eye Serum. I'm not saying this is the best product ever, but what you're looking for is for some gel consistency. And if you don't really have one, you can use aloe vera. It's sticky and it's going to be absolutely fabulous for this routine as well. And then I'm going to a liquid concealer that has to be liquid. I don't really love using full coverage concealers because with this hack it's not going to work. It's still going to get into your lines, wrinkles, and it's going to crease a lot. That's why choose wisely from the products that you own. But if you're still using full coverage concealer, just make sure that you don't really have too much product. And I'm going to some liquid highlighter. This is optional. You can skip liquid highlighter, but I really love liquid highlighter because it's going to hide those lines and it's going to brighten up my under eye area even more. And as the final trick, this is going to be a lipstick, pink lipstick, any lipstick you like. You can use even orange lipsticks if you feel like your undertone is better with orange shades. And try to use some liquid lipsticks, not waxy products, just liquid so you can blend them in easily. All these 4 products we're gonna use simultaneously, and what I mean by that, well, I can suggest 2 options. The first one is to use this Depuff Eye Serum. Like, you can use it first, hydrating your under eye area, and then hit with 3 products. But I find it more, let's say I find it better using these 4 products at the same time. But of course, as I mentioned before, you can substitute this product, you can omit this highlighter, you can use different shade from liquid lipstick, but you can actually skip liquid lipsticks as well. But what you cannot skip in this routine is basically something jelly like and something like a concealer. Gonna get started. First, I'm going with concealer. I am using a tiniest bit, and by the way, I covered my full face with the foundation, but I actually skipped my under eye part, which is going to be absolutely bare. It has some face primer and maybe moisturizer. That's pretty much it. Then I'm gonna use a little bit of the concealer in my regular spots. Then I'm going with the serum, a few drops here and there in the center. I am using some leftovers, let's say just like some gel that is on the sides of my tube. Then I'm going to this lipstick and I'm just placing a few dots right in the center. I'm not generous with the lipstick. I'm just adding a tiniest bit to create this beautiful hazed out look. And as the final step, I'm adding a little bit of the highlighter right in the inner corner and a little bit in highlighter area, let's say. With all these products, I am using the tiniest bit. And now do not use any beauty blenders. We're just going with the finger. And I'm stamping all these products. First of all, I wanna mix them together. And then I have some leftovers and I'm dragging this down. So what I do, I try to skip my line, creasing line, and get this down first, like that. And as for that part, how do I mix it? So I just use my finger and I stamp this shades. I'm actually bringing some leftovers to the under eye area. You're gonna be working with only leftovers underneath your eye, but the main product, like 90% of the products, are going to be in the areas that are not creasing. Your eyes are going to be super hydrated, so you don't really end up with cakey products. It's going to be hydrated because of this gel or aloe vera, whatever you use your finger instead of a beauty blender, because a beauty blender is gonna absorb too much moisture and you don't really want to get this dry under eye area effect. I am gonna let it sit for a couple of seconds, probably like 30 seconds is going to be pretty much enough. And then I'm gonna use some toilet paper, some tissue, whatever. Let me grab it. And when I feel like it's more or less dry, I can softly pat this area, just softly, nothing crazy, guys. It gives me enough coverage. You can actually skip this part if you feel like you still have not too much coverage, but so far so good. I love this routine. And of course I'm gonna add a little bit of powder, but let me show you how I'm gonna do that. So what I do, I'm gonna use a sponge, or you can use a brush. I guess it doesn't really matter. As for powder, I don't really need extra coverage, so I can use a brush or I can use a sponge. You know, I have some leftovers. And what I do, I get this powder like that. Nothing crazy. I'm not even getting the powder into my under eye area. I'm just using some small leftovers here and there. Then I would probably recommend, but I don't do this with this routine, you can actually use some sponge and fix and spray, but I would definitely say that as for fix and spray, it's better go to some product that has no alcohol, and then just you use a sponge and you press this fix and spray against your under eye area, like against your skin, but it's optional. You can skip this step or you can use this step, it's up to you guys. But if you don't have too much coverage, you might actually ruin under eye area, you might take off some product, so you have to be careful with this technique. I'm gonna complete the rest of my face off camera, then I'm gonna film some shorts for my my YouTube channel, and I'll be back to show you the complete look and how it's going so far. So far so good. I really love this routine, I really love this technique. It does help a lot to prevent creasing. Of course, you're gonna see your lines, you're gonna see them. It's inevitable to see your lines, but I can't see any concealer in this line, so it's not sitting in my lines, which is great, and I really love this technique. So let me show it real quick on camera. Really cool. I hope this routine is going to help a lot in case you are struggling with a concealer in your creasing lines, and I hope I'm going to see you in one of my next videos, guys. Love you so much. Till my next time, bye bye.